The group of people who we're going to be studying today is a group of people called the hunter-gatherers. And this group of people lived during the time frame of 2.5 million BCE to around 8,000 BCE. That's before the Common Era. Now, another way of describing this time frame is a way of saying the Paleolithic, Paleolithic, Paleolithic time frame. Now, Paleolithic era, ERA, Paleolithic era is broken down into two separate parts. One is paleo, and the second is lithic. So paleo in Greek means old, and lithic in Greek means stone. So when we put together old and stone, or old stone era, we get this time frame that we're looking at. Now we're going to be talking about the new stone era, or new stone age, in the coming weeks. But for now, what we're looking at is the old stone age, or old stone era, and this is mostly categorized by the technology that people used during this time frame, that they used stone tools. All right, so the hunter-gatherers were predominantly a tribal-based group. So they were tribal-based. And in their communities, they would generally have less than or equal to 30 people total. All right. So these tribes were generally considered a nomadic population, meaning that they would not settle within the areas that they lived. So they were, and let me explain that for just a minute. Nomadic, Nomadic. They were a nomadic tribe, and nomadic means that they would move, that the tribe would move as needed. So let's say, for example, the herd of animals that they were hunting moved from one area to another, or there was a drought and they were no longer able to survive on the area that they were living on. They would move as needed. Okay. Now, within the hunter-gatherer communities, there were a variety of different roles, and we'll first start by explaining here the roles between males and females. All right. So, gender roles between males and females. Generally, males would take care of the hunting, and generally females would take care of the gathering. Now, there are a variety of different products that they would try to attain. Depending on where it is that they lived, men would often hunt things like deer, bison, buffalo, rabbit, really whatever else was available, etc. Whatever was available within the area that they were living. And females would take care of most of the gathering. Some different products that they would try to attain for their communities: grains, nuts, nuts, berries, etc. etc. So whatever else was available within the area that they were living as well is what they would attain. So then they would have a balanced diet, or try to have a balanced diet as much as possible. And like I said earlier, if they needed to move from one place to another, maybe all of the deer had left, or the berries were no longer available on the trees, they would, as they were nomads, they would move from one place to another depending on how much of these items were available. Okay, so as these changed in quantity, they would move from one place to another.